Good morning, dear students. My name is KumarGaurav. I welcome you all today. I hope you all are good. And you know very well, we are going to start the literature chapter number third, Glimpses of the Past. As you know very well about that, and your half yearly examination is coming, so we have to complete com- literature portion also. We have already completed grammar. Now today we are going to discuss about glimpses of the past. You have to listen this story, what is the story behind it, and find out the one liner and one word questions. Okay, so look at this. Here are some pictorial glimpses of the history of our country from 1757 to 1857. Okay, these pictures and speech bubbles will help clarify your understanding of the conditions that led to the event known as the First War of Independence in 1857. Look at this. In this picture, we are going to study about the first point, the martyrs. Martyrs in the first line as a function at a function in Delhi. There was a function in Delhi. In that time, there was Lata Mangeshkar. Lata Mangeshkar was saying that, singing that, "Oh my martyrs, man, oh my countryman, oh my countryman." You know the song, "ए मेरे वतन के लोगो." You know that song. It is the song of that by Lata Mangeshkar. "Oh my countryman, let your eyes fill with tears." Okay, and so you recall the sacrifices of India's martyrs. So in this first part, we have studied about the, from this line this started. Okay, now you can see the next. In the next part we will find out the company conquest 1757 to 1849. In this we are going to study about, with its superior weapons, the British East India Company was extending its power in 18th century in India. It was the time when superior weapons, the British East India Company was ruling over and expanding their power in 18th century in India. It was the time of 18th century. Okay, the question may be, who was the British East India Company in 18th century India? Okay, and what was they doing? Okay, what were they doing? And after that we have Indian princess. It is like a story. You can see that Indian princes were short-sighted. That time they were very helpless. You can say that short-sighted. They had no any more idea that upstart Raja Ba called the English merchants. They will help me to defeat him. The people had no peace due to such constant fight. The rivalries helped the East India Company, and it could easily subdue Indian princes one by one. There was one man, one Britishers who was saying that and a far-seeing ruler like the brave Tipu of Mysore. That time there was one uh, brave person, Tipu of Mysore, for the British till the died fighting. He fought the British till he died. Okay, thank God, there's peace in the country now. No more wars, no more looting by thugs. One person was saying this line. How did Indian react to this conquest? It was the it is God who sent the British. It is the God. One person said it is the God who sent the British in India. Our destiny is linked with them. One is saying that while discussing about our destiny is linked with them. It is our destiny. The white man has killed our dethroned our kings. Some kings were not good, but after all, they were of this land. Some people are talking about the kings of India. Kings were not good, but after all, they were the persons, they were the human beings of this land. Now we have become slaves of foreigners. Now this time, the foreigner ruled over the country, and in this way, the people of our country are talking about they have become slaves of foreigners. Okay, in the part, we have second scene we have discussed about that company's conquest from 1757 to 1849, and after that British rule. We will talk about British rule from 1765 to 1836. Okay, that time religious leaders preached ideas like untouchability. You know, that time untouchability and child marriage. It was the custom of India. Just like anyone who crosses siege loses his religion. Means that time who never obeyed this, everyone considered that they are crossing their losses his religion. The truth was that Indians had lost self respect. The British scorned them. Okay, the native are unworthy of trust, incapable of honesty. True, you honor, but I am honest. The foreigner are talking about that. Natives are unworthy of trust. Still, the British invented other method which gave them more profits. And the good manufactured in England should not have any import duty when brought into India. A good idea. Foreigners are talking about the manufacturing thing. The East India Company's laws began to cripple Indian industries, and all the misery in the world is due to women. One person was saying that all the things happened in this world due to women. Being merchant, the British wanted quick profits. The Britishers wanted the quick profit. They have taxes forced farmers to abandon their fields. But you men are taking all my crop. One farmer saying to one foreigner said to one foreigner, "Your men are taking all my crop. You are still in areas. If you don't pay next week, I'll send you to jail." One foreigner threatening the farmer. Inevitably, farmer families famines, famines followed between 1822 and 1836. 15 lakh Indians died of starvation that time. It was the time. 15 lakh Indians died of starvation. Without food, they had died. They died. The British policies ruled the export artisans and their business. British policy was very bad that time. With the with that, Indian people were very Indian people were cursed. You can say that rolled over. Now in the fourth scene, we are going to study about Ram Mohan Rai. Who was Ram Mohan Rai? It was the time from 1772 to 1833. Ram Mohan Rai, a learned man, a scholar man from Bengal, you know, understood what was wrong with his country. He was discussing with one person, let's not despise ourselves. Our ancient culture is great. Both were talking about our ancient culture. As you know, students, India, it was a cultural country. Now, both Ram Mohan Rai and one another person was talking about we are capable of greater achievements. We must first reform our society. And Ram Mohan Rai was a reformer, great reformer, social reformer. Superstitions have been ruling us. He was attracted by science and modern knowledge. You know, he was attracted by science and modern knowledge. Knowledge should be practical. Knowledge should be practical. Okay. In this scene, we have got knowledge should be practical and scientific. And at last they said he started newspapers, but the suspicious British stopped them in 1823. He told he told his wife Uma. He told his wife Uma. He told that cows are different. Cows are of different colors, but the color of their milk is same. Different teachers have different opinions, but the essence of every religion is the same. Okay, they are equal. He crossed the seas and went to England to see what made the British powerful, and there he told them he wanted to investigate about the power of British. We accept you as rulers. You must accept as subject. But you must remember the responsibility a ruler owes to his subjects. He told the Britishers. Operation. It was the time when there was operation. Operation time. 1765 to 1835. But the British continued to oppress Indians. In 1818, they started, they had passed regulation third. That time they had passed regulation third. Under it, an Indian could be jailed without trial in a court. All the time, British officers in India drew big salaries and also made fortunes in private business. By 1829, Britain was exporting British goods with 7 crore rupees to India. It was the time when British was exporting British good worth 7 crore rupee to India. The British prospered on the company's loot while India's industry began to die. Governor General Bentinck reported came back home. The bones of cotton weavers are bleaching the plains of India. In this way, the condition of India was going to be down. Dissatisfaction. In 1835, from 1835 to 56, there was continuing dissatisfaction was going on. Education in India was in Persian and Sanskrit. One person came, Lord Macaulay, who changed the system of education. In 1835, an Englishman named Macaulay suggested a change. We should teach the natives through the English language. I agree. Maybe the person it Bentinck. English education produced clerks to whom the British gave petty jobs under them. Incidentally, it also produced a new generation of intellectuals. We must educate our brothers and try to improve their material condition. For that, we must convey our grievances to the British Parliament. By 1856, the British had conquered the whole of India. You know, they are little about the needs of Indians. They cared a little, very little. It means equal of nothing. Our kings have become puppets and we have lost. Indians are talking about. We have lost our old job and lands. They are converting our brothers. You only talk, do something to drive them out. All the Indians are talking about. Britishers, they are doing bad. They are not doing good. They are not caring to Indian people. Okay, students, I hope you are understanding the story and it is related to your history. I hope you are understanding it very well. Now we have the sparks. The sparks, it was okay. It was the war time from 1855 to 57. It was the time when the sign of freedom came. Taxes continued to ruin the peasants in Bengal, the Santals who had lost their lands under new land rules. The Santals became desperate. In 1855, they rose in rebellion and massacred Europeans and their supporters alike. That time, everywhere in India, everyone was in angry. Discontent. Discontent was brewing in the East India's company, in India's company's army too. The wild soldier gets huge pay, mentions to live in servants, while we get a pittance and slow promotion. They are talking and discussing. The Angrez asks us to cross the sea which is against our religion. Who is the topi wala to abolish our age old? The person are talking, who is the topi wala? You know, Mangal Pandey. We must try out of the Angrez. Mangal Pandey was thinking about Sepoy Mangal Pandey attacked the adjutant of his regiment and was executed. Few Englishmen Few Englishmen had cared to understand Indian custom or the people's mind. But there are the few people, few Englishmen, who were who are sensible, who oh proud Brahmin soldier, do you know that the grease on the bullet you have to bite is made from the fat of cows and pigs? That time bullets were made of cows and pigs. The fat with the help fat of cows and pigs. What? The white man has deceived us too. That time there was Mangal Pandey who started this spark. Thousands of other sepoys revolted and they were stripped of their uniform, humiliated and put in irons. Soon chapatis were sent from village to tell the people that their emperor would want their service. Yes, all my village men will be ready. Similarly, lotus flowers circulated among. You can say that lotus flowers are everywhere. Indian soldiers read to the foreigner. They are talking. The masses gave all help and shelter to the patriots. Okay, student, in the seventh spark, in this time we have in this scene we have discussed about the spark, and every Indian was in very bad condition. That's why Mangal Pandey and others decided to do something. They revolted. Next, we can say that revolt. Revolt has come in 1857. In this time, there was a violent outbreak at Meerut. Violence started from Meerut. Rebellion spread wider. The sepoy marched to Delhi. Long live our brother Basa Shah. And many landlords had lost their lands because of English policies, and they were sure the white man's rule must end. Yes, we will help you. The king and some other persons were talking and discussing about revolt in 1857. It was the first time when sign of freedom aroused the fight for freedom in 1857. Who said first? Many farmer rulers like Begum Hazrat Mahal of Lucknow were bitter. The white man has taken away my kingdom. They joined the upsurge against the foreigners. Here Arimullah Khan told Tatya Tope also, we should have Peshwa Nana Sahib as our leader in this war of independence. The patriots pounced upon the British and fought pitched battle of all over North India. Popular leaders like Malvi Ahmadullah of Faridabad told the people, Raj, brothers, Raj, the Angrez is ruining our land. Means you can say that fight for freedom, it was the revolt time, it was the spark. The people rose everywhere in Bareilly, Kanpur, and Allahabad. 80-year-old Kuwar Singh of Bihar received a bullet in his wrist, but he offered his wrist to Mother Ganga. This is my last offering to you. In this way, the fight was over. The freedom fight was over in 1857. From it started. Okay, student, I hope you have understood about this story very well. Okay, now you have to make important notes of this one word questions, as well as you have to revise this story again and again for your half yearly examination. So I hope you enjoyed this story. It is the part of your history and you will understand very well about it. It will be very useful for you. Okay, thank you very much. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow.